Welcome to today's discussion. We are diving into one of the hottest topics in the IPTV industry right now in India. Schedule 10, complaint from TRAI. This is a major shift that directly impacts service provider in India. To start, I would like to hear from both of the experts for introduce. This is Yasu Basil, the CEO of the Tudor Multimedia in India, and Arjun Raval, CTO of the Tudor Multimedia in India. This is our expert for our discussion today. And I would like to hear from both of you, why is Schedule 10 set as a significant turning point for the industry? So please, Yashu will be Shepherd.
Thanks, Jenny. So I would like to emphasize the Schedule 10 compliance, which will, set up by the audited authority TRAI. So if I call it TRAI, what is TRAI in India? TRAI is a compliant authority, and they are monitoring the live TV business which run on the DTH, DVC, hits environment, where all the live channels, the live network is monitored by TRAI and the other authority MIB. So what Schedule 10 is comes in a picture. If I'll take you some background which will helpful for our the viewers and the other people. This Schedule 10 compliance is basically started from Schedule 1, 2, 3, 4 when the DVC live TV was started up, maybe some 15 years ago, right? So in this duration, Schedule 1 to Schedule 10 come, there is a major shift of transformation of video industry. So all the compliances has been upgraded and changes in this due course of time. So in this 15 years, the monitoring authority has introduced the compliance very strictly. So when it comes to IPTV and OTT comes in the action, this Schedule 10 is the latest compliance which TRAI has asked to follow by the broadcasters. Who are the broadcasters in India? The pay TV broadcasters who do the audit, or their TRAI has also appointed some audit companies, private audit companies who do the Schedule 10 compliance of DRM and SMS. So Schedule 10, there is a strict compliance mentioned that will be a on-premise, the compliance, which will be monitored by the pay TV broadcasters in India. So Schedule 10 is very important in terms of business operation, and it is now upgraded on premise, and SMS and DRM will go for the audit, right, for this Schedule 10 compliance feature. So from my point of view, it is very important, a turning point, and it is a latest version, like it is going on, Schedule 10. It may be in future, they will come up with more upgradation and changes. So it will be applied accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah, very insightful. So, what about you, Arjun? Can you share about your opinion about this picture?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Jenny, and I'm glad we are discussing today about the Schedule 10 topic. So and as a technical leadership standpoint, Schedule 10 is a not this is a direct this is not just a directive, but it is a fundamental transformation in IPTV, like IPTV service in most of the architecture and delivery part. See, the Schedule 10 guideline emphasize the transparency of the data, means of the subscriber data, protection of the subscriber data, and accountability. That means the service provider must now ensure that that platform are technically robust, secure, and fully compliant with the content entitlement, metering, and report protocols. Actually, and to implement the Schedule 10 feature make significant challenging, for the provider. And as you know, it's raising the bar for each and every player in the ecosystem of the IPTV end-to-end solution, because it's not just it's not longer for just delivering the content. It's about doing it in a way that's verifiable, traceable, and aligned with national standard. So for a technology team, it's required to complete alignment between the backend system, front end system, the DRM, cache, and billing system, and of course the audit log should be proper. Means there should be no mismatch between the logs between the DRM system and the SMS billing system. So it's forced everyone from backend system developers to network engineers to front-end developers to rethink their infrastructure, workflow, and compliance monitoring. So, as a technical leader, I think Schedule 10 is not just a regulatory shift; it's a technological catalyst that will shape the future of IPTV service in India, as it demands the innovation in the technology, but at the same time it demands the accountability, and it's challenge to the providers and the technical leaders. But of course we must accept it as a proactively. So this is my opinion.
Yeah. So, obviously, it isn't not just another regulation. It's a mandatory change. And if the provider delays or fail to comply with the Schedule 10, what risks do you think they will face? Please, Yasu, can you share about the business impact for this?
This question has a lot of the information inside this question. So if this Schedule 10 compliance is getting delay, so delay in the form of audit delays. So this IPTV and OTT solution started just maybe 3 years back or 4 years back. So if you see in that time, the customer were also not aware about what are the schedule guidelines, and the auditor is also very confused, right? So the protocol is very, somehow whether it is right or wrong. So there is a lot of delays in the audit. So it take about 2 year, 3 year a time for audit clearance. The delay in audit clearance and the process time, it delays the cost, right? So in now these operators and the auditors and the broadcasters are aware about what is Schedule 10's feature compliance, so that nothing will be delayed in terms of audit clearance. Without audit clearance, the broadcaster will not provide their content right to the customer to telecast to their viewers. So audit compliant and the audit report is equally important in to running a system. The delay in the process, because in India there are four major broadcasters, the pay broadcaster who do the audit for IPTV and OTT solution. So they have to satisfy to the broadcaster their content is secure and it is not hackable, and the reports and the other formats provided by the broadcasters and the by the auditors and the compliance, then only they will proceed to sign a contract between a customer and the paid broadcaster. So the process and the delays, is having a lot of, the cost will be paid by the customers, even though the solution companies like us, who is not able to launch the commercial launch for a customer, so delay in the process is not a good sign for anyone, right? Any service provider or a solution company or a broadcaster, all will be in a big revenue loss, right? So delays and everything is critical for everyone. So from my view, now the delay time is getting, is clear by the broadcaster and the private auditors, and the auditors are equally responsible, and the broadcaster also wants to give a clearance, right? So that the process will complete in a due course of time.
Yeah, thank you. So, how about you, Arjun? Can you share about the something added technical and legal risk from this topic and this point of the that you already shared before?
Yeah. See, I think Schedule 10 is, it's not, it's another, it's not just another policy update. It is, mandatory compliance requirement from the Indian government, and ignoring it, comes with a serious risk for any IPTV service provider in India. The most immediate risk in is in the regulatory, action. If we ignore it as an IPTV provider or IPTV, product provider, the most risk, according to me, I think it's a regulatory action. See, TRAI has made it clear that non-compliance, product or non-compliance network can lead to penalty, suspension of the services, or even revocation of the license in some extreme cases. So that's directly threat to your business, right, in India. And this is the business point of view. If we come to the technical point of view, it can affect your technical and reputational in the market. As a product vendor, obviously it will affect your technical reputation in the market. And if you are IPTV solution provider or IPTV service provider, obviously it will affect your technical reputation to your subscriber and to your partner. And if your platform is not compliant, obviously it will consider it like you are operating your system without proper content entitlement control, and without audit logs, and without audit trails. So as a content owner who are providing content to you will not believe on you, or will maybe your reputation will go down while doing the business with them. So once but at the in the other right, if we take it positively, according to me, if we once we make the compliant compliant fulfill product, so as an operator, as an IPTV solution provider, uh, will get will get competitive advantage in the market, because some of the nowadays Schedule 10, to match the Schedule 10 guideline or Schedule 10 feature, it's not easy for any operator or any IPTV solution provider. So once you gain it, you will have a once you implement this feature, you will gain a complete competitive advantage in the market. So 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 according to me, I think compliance is not optional. Okay, we cannot ignore it. And if we delay, it can cost your business. It can cost the trust that you gain in the market. Okay, and it can also affect your market presence. But at the same time, once you implement the feature, obviously you would have a business benefits. You have a competitive benefits as well at the same time.
So clearly, throughout our expert, so you can see that we can ignore the complaints. So right now, the market offer both of the base DRM cloud and the on-premise DRM solution, but have noticed that many experts strongly recommend on-premise for Schedule 10. So what are your thoughts on this? So I would like to invite our CTO to explain why should we choose the on-premise DRM from the technical reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have already covered this topic in the our previous discussion. So I will not go much detail in this video. But yes, I will just summarize the reason why the on-premises DRM is chosen by the TRAI regulatory, and why it is important to go with the on-premises DRM with compared to cloud-based DRM. So there are some significant reason. The first reason is the regulatory control and data sovereignty. I think as see India government or India TRAI regulatory, don't want to share the Indian subscriber data outside the India country boundary. So they want that is the main reason why the on-premises DRM we are preferring, because with the on-premises DRM you would have a full control over the encryption, key exchange, and license delivery mechanism. So this is the first reason. The second reason is the latency and the playback performance. See, if you are going with the cloud-based DRM, obviously the cloud-based DRM would be not available in the same location, right? So the round trip from the request to acknowledgement to again the send the license, this process will be time taken, right? And it will affect the performance of the front end application, and it can affect the user experience, because there would be some delay. So to avoid this kind of delay, the India TRAI prefer to go with the on-premises DRM. I think the third main important reason is the audit readiness and customization. See, if you go with the cloud-based DRM, most of the requirement of the TRAI Schedule 10 you will not able to cover, and since you are not able to cover it, you will be considered as a non-compliant product or non-compliant solution provider. So to keeping that point in mind, the on-premises DRM is more preferable, because the on-premises DRM solution, the operator and vendor have a fully control in the same location, and they can easily trace the issue. If there is any technical issue, they can do the audit related all the logs and analysis part on the same location, and that can give a more confidence to the operator as well as the auditor on your product. Like you are not doing any kind of the tailoring or any kind of manipulation in the database of your system. That can give you more confidence during the broadcaster audit, because everything in front everything about the system would be in front of them. And the third, I think the fourth point, according to me, it's because of the disaster recovery and business continuity. Because see, if we go with on-premises DRM, there would be and if there any issue in your main system, you can easily you can configure the backend mechanism to turn on the backup system immediately into the action, right? And it will not affect your ground subscriber user experience, because there would be a very minor delay to make your backup server into the action, right? And if your system is on in the cloud base, and if some issue happen in your main system, there would be a long time, or there would be a long downtime, and because of that, your subscriber experience would get affected. So these are the main reason why the India operator or Indian government prefer to go with the on-premise DRM with compared to cloud-based DRM.
Yeah. Yeah, very useful and very detailed. So I think the customer will watching this video will have a lot of the information about this transforming, right? So about that, so if you have a 3 point to talk about the strategic and cost perspective for using cloud DRM or on-premise DRM, the three bullet point you want to share, what is this? I want to hear from you this.
Okay, so the if you see the comparison or if you see the three prospective points you're talking, the cloud DRM and the on-prem DRM. So if you see the structure, the point number one, the structure of the the head end, whether it is a front end or the back end, is one of the same. There is no difference. This is the only thing which has happened, that the infrastructure will be whether on the on premise or the on cloud. So this is this is one thing which I want to share, that the backend infrastructure will be common for all, on the both cloud or on prem. The second point, which is very important, that is the DRM on prem or the cloud. So if you see the live broadcaster in India, there is a principal compliance started when this live broadcast started. There is a principal compliance mentioned. Live broadcaster will give a service to the users, which they are having the one-way communication. If I'm saying the one-way communication, in India there are a platform DVC or DVS, DVT. So these are the platform mentioned for live broadcast. So when this rule decided that DRM, the on-prem DRM will be based on the on-premise place of any operator.
Yeah.
So it can be controlled, it can be checked by any auditor or a broadcaster to visit their location. So this on-prem feature, like on-prem requirement, they can be monitored, and the content will be go in a proper way, and there will be no leakage of the content, right, in any premise, so that any broadcaster or the auditor visit to their place and just check the the revenue, like what is the monthly billing or the annual revenue of any operator. So this is mentioned in the rule, that live broadcaster you will use, right, the customer will use only on-prem DRM, not cloud DRM. But if you ask me a question, what about the cost? The cost will be high on the on-prem DRM rather than the cloud DRM. And there are the operational challenges, right? But the compliance is drafted in such a way so you can't avoid it, because the leakage of the content is a loss of revenue of the government, as well as the operator, as well, and the other broadcaster, who will be face tremendous losses in this this business. So this is the point number two. Point number three, if you see the structure of the on-prem DRM or the cloud DRM, it is one of the same, right? It is nothing to be changed. It's about the method which the competent authority is asking you, that if you are running a live network, the live broadcast, you have to deploy DRM in the system, right? And show everything in black and white. The another reason for the another point for the DRM on the cloud is having the same kind of features, but yes, there will be a leakage of content, right? This is going on in on cloud DRM, and there is a lot of revenue losses worldwide because the leakage of the content is really high, right? So there is a huge loss of any government. There's a huge loss of broadcaster. There is a huge loss of the customers. So the chances of leakage in on cloud, the solution is really very high and risky, right? And it affect the business. But on-prem DRM is saving the cost of everyone. So it is more a close kind of network which save all revenue losses to anyone.
Yeah, very tell. So we go through the three part of the topic. So I thought to ask you about the core technical requirement, but I think in your answer it's very detailed for this part. So I will skip the fourth part, right? Okay. So we will go straight for to the common mistake during the implementation. So, from your aspect, what are the most common mistake that cause provider to struggle or fail when trying to meet the Schedule 10 standard? So, I think this will be Zesu will be go first.
Okay. So the implementation process, if you see the operator where they have the mistake, because customer is the only the last mile client where they have to run this all business and or follow the rules of the broadcaster. So the biggest challenge for them to safeguard that the front end application will be compatible, right, with the help of the back end operation, and it will be run very smoothly, right? So there will be a integration is very important, when you talk about front end, back end, and the DRM and the SMS. So the whole system will be very robust in terms of user experience will not get affected. So the operator, having the do the mistake while they are using a multiple solution company involved in one solution, where there's a lot of the challenging for the integration. The time is very important, so there's a lot of time management is failed. So and the third one that they face the strongly, due to this the commercial launch get affected of the customer. So if I see that the while finalizing these things, like before implement any IPTV and OTT, like us, if I'm talking about our solution, like Thudo solution, is really very capable having the end to end, where all our integration like front end, back end, DRM is all is smoothly running and adhere with the compliance feature, right? So there will be no transfer, like there will be no common failure, right, in any of the system. So the operator are usually mistake by introducing multiple vendors in one solution. The point number one. Point number two, the challenges they are facing while implementing, there is a no time management, right? So if there is no time management decided by the solution company and giving to the customer, then there will be a endless, the endless. I think the implementation time will get affected. So there will be a very strict scope of work decided from day one, that this is a requirement, they have to develop it and they have to deliver it. Which I think that the operators are get affected by, because there is a no time limit decided by the maybe the service provider and the solution provider. So there's a gap between in that. So there will be a limit of that, so that the commercial launch will happen and nothing, no party will be get affected in anything. So I think this is the best tool, right? We can propose to any our customer that time management and the delivery mechanism will be very appropriate in that.
Yeah. I really agree with you with that point. Um, okay, so about what about the Arjun? Can you share about the typical technical mistake that ISP usually get on?
Yeah. See, I think according to me, there are couple of reason or couple of mistake they are doing, and due to that they are failed to, or do the struggle to get the compliant, fully compliant product. So first point according to me is I think they are doing the big mistake. uh, Most of the operator or most of the DRM provider doing the one big mistake, as like they are considering the Schedule 10 DRM as a as like a traditional IPTV DRM or multi DRM. You know, there is a they are comparing this DRM feature with the Schedule 10 DRM. But if you do, deep dive or go through in the details of the requirement of the TRAI Schedule 10, you would find most of the requirements are not, relevant to their existing DRM, right? Whatever they achieved in the past. So to achieve it, you must have to do customization in your core product, and it is not an easy task for any provider or any, operator. So this is the first point where they are struggling. Second thing, they are misunderstanding some of the TRAI guideline Schedule 10 features, which are normally looks very simple and easy to implement. But when the operator or DRM provider trying to implement those features in their existing header, they are facing significant technical hurdles, and it affecting the launching of the network or product launching, and they are not meeting they are not meet deadline as per the they are not meeting the defined deadline. And the third point, I think, some of the operator don't want to change their existing product, existing core product structure or design, and they are trying to achieve the all the Schedule 10 feature with their existing product without modifying or customizing their product infrastructure. Mm, and I'm sure it is impossible if you can't do any customization in uh, your existing product. You would not able to achieve the Schedule 10 compliant product. So these are the main mistakes they are doing. And apart from that, the fourth reason is the mindset of the operator technical people or provider technical people, like they are used to work in the pure DRM ecosystem, and some of the feature they are not able to understand clearly, and they are not able to deliver as per the Schedule 10. Because they are not familiar about those feature in the DRM system, because some of the features you will find like a conditional access system feature, and they are not familiar about in the past experience. So these are the challenges and mistakes are they are doing, and because of that they are struggling to match the Schedule 10 guideline.
Yeah, okay. So, recently we already organized a workshop about the anti-piracy. So, it's obviously saw that the piracy is like the big problem for any broadcaster or ISP. The percentage of the piracy very high, especially in India and some APAC country. So, compliance is a one thing, but if provider want truly protect their content and revenues, what additional measures should they consider? Like such as forensic watermarking or anti-screen recording. So I think this part, the Arjun will be share with our this part.
Okay, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Compliance is just a baseline, right? If providers are serious about the protecting their content and revenue, they need to go beyond the Schedule 10, right? So, as my point of view, according to my point of view, there are the other add-on features that you can add in your existing DRM system. The first, obviously, forensic watermark feature. So that feature, if you implement, you through that feature, DRM can protect the playback, right? Uh, but the forensic watermarks has to trace the leaks back to the source, whether it's a device, session, or user, especially for the prime live and from the live content, prime content, live events, and some other VODs. Obviously, VODs we are not including the Schedule 10, but uh, through the forensic watermark, we have a additional uh, protection features for the premium content. The second add-on feature we can add is real-time piracy monitoring. So nowadays we can use a AI-driven monitoring service that can scan web P2P network and other pirated streams, right? So this will help to take down infringing content in real time, and it will not damage the not after the damage, but during the damage or during the piracy, it can do the monitoring, so you can get the intimated, right, as a provider. The third, I think, third point is the you can add the revenue analytics with the anti fraud feature. So integrate with this feature in your DRM. You can have a protection with business intelligence. Like it can track the abnormal concurrent plays, IP sharing, or geo hopping. Additionally, you can add tokenized CDN access, like through that feature you can make your delivery secure via token based access, and that can and so the when the so the you can make a shorten the session with a small expiry date. So when the user when the user try to open the session again, it would ask for the token again. So it will have to prevent your content to playback from unauthorized users. uh, Additionally, you can do the frequent security audit, not through the TRAI or TRAI auditors, but you can do internal audit. Like you can do a regulatory third party. You can hire third party auditor who can help you to how to analyze the logs of the DRMs and SMS, and how to match the reports and be compliant and do the reconciliation of the report and logging between the SMS and DRM. So these are the several ways through our features they can have to add on the security in their ongoing network system for the content protection.
Yeah. Okay. So, like some provider worry that deploying on-premise DRM will be complex and disruptive to their service already have. So in reality, is it that difficult to integrate into the existing IPTV setup? And like I want to hear about the some successful case study like DRM solution already have been deployed and audited successfully in India, some company. And can you share real world successful success story and factor that make the project successful? So this part I will invite Jesu to be share about this. Thank you, Arjun.
So Jenny, if you see, the real success story, right? So if you check, the important role played by the customer and the solution provider. So if you check it out, the solution provider, which we check and identify that, as I told in my earlier conversation, the check and balances between the solution provider and the integrator partner and the customer participation, right? This is very important. So if you see the compliance feature, which effectively see the responses, it adhere with the compliances which will be giving by the auditor or the broadcaster in Schedule 10. So in as you see, which we realize in 2-3 years time, where now there is a successful case launch in India for IPTV and OTT. It is a very time-taking process earlier, but nowadays the the process of the broadcasters and the auditors is fast, right? They are doing check and balances because they are aware the linear TV business, the transformation will transmit to IPTV very soon, right? So the business transformation will be quickly be done, right, by the helping of IPTV and OTT solution. So when the real case happened, it take a lot of time. It take a year time. Maybe somehow this take 1.5 year time for the commercial launch. So what we realize, being a company, being a solution company, if you check Thudo, we have an end-to-end solution proposal, right? So we are working, at the back end, front end, and the schedule to operational, and meet the client's requirement, the auditor requirement, and the broadcaster requirement. And we are in a position to deliver in a very, very timeline, and it will effectively launch the solution in the market in a very short period. If you ask me that what is the timeline to deliver a project, we will deliver in 8 weeks time, right, and hand over to the customer. So the only thing which will the affect the whole system, that is Schedule 10. So but our Schedule 10 feature in the DRM is successfully, we checked it internally at the back end, and which we have already integrated with the application, with the packager, and the other source content which the TRAI is asking us. So we are more than capable to deliver everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So we go through the many part of the deep into the Schedule 10 and the DRM and something successful project that operating in India. So I think this video will be provide a lot of the information about the ISP and the broadcast want to be transformation, and especially due to transformation in this 2025. And so the last thing, I want to thank you, our expert Jasu Baizo, CEO from Tudor Multimedia in India, and Arjun Ravo, CTO of the Tudor Multimedia in India. So I hope that in the next discussion, both of you will be enjoy and sharing about more some many topic in the broadcaster industry. So one thing, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining this discussion.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for everything. Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, CG.
Thank you, everyone. So
Thank you, everyone.
yeah, so we go to the conclusion of this meeting. So hope you see the video and have a lot of the useful information. So thank you, and see you in the next discussion with our expert.